I thought I was going to die.
Welcome back to Mountain Beaches. I'm Norm.
And I'm Kim. And we're living our dream to discover new adventures.
We are, because tomorrow is never promised. And as we get into this video, we'll share an experience with you that even makes that point come home even harder.
Yes. So, where do we start?
Where do we start? Well, it was just yesterday.
8:30 a.m. was pretty clear what time it was.
Yep.
Norm had gotten up to use the restroom, and I all of a sudden started getting extreme abdominal pain. I'm pretty tough.
And it was almost like a light switch.
Yes.
Just somebody flipped the switch, and Kim was just in excruciating pain. I could hear her, and it's like,
moaning.
What is going on?
Because I'm not a moaner.
No.
I mean, I've had 3 natural childbirths, a dislocated shoulder, severe back pain, a lot of things that have caused me severe pain.
She's a toughie. She's a toughie.
I am a toughie. I'll take that one.
This got her.
It did, because I didn't know what was causing this severe pain. It was just so overwhelming and so quick. So quick.
So what was going through your head at that time when you're laying in bed and all of a sudden you are just uncontrollable pain in your belly?
You know what? It was so bad that I, at first, just really, I couldn't think about what was going on. The pain was so severe. I think that's what was causing that reaction.
And my response was, what in the world is happening? I've never seen Kim like this before. She was just in such pain, doubled over. Nothing would help. And at that point, I knew, well, she was in trouble. And we were in trouble. We are out in the boondocks. We are boondocking on a lake in Montana.
No cell service.
No cell service, and we are 45 minutes outside of Kalispell, the closest town.
Right.
The only thing that we could do is get dressed, load her into the truck.
And you guys have to know that I'm pretty private about any medical issues that I have.
Most people are.
Most people are, but I think I'm particularly so. And so to share all of this is really because we really hope that by sharing this experience, you'll learn something from it, and that maybe you can teach us something maybe we could have done differently, but also that, it will just generate some conversation that we can have in our great community, and you'll put lots of comments below about maybe what we could have done differently or what you've learned from this conversation.
Right. So RV living and RV life, you have to be prepared for the what if.
Yeah.
The what if. And what do I do if this happens? And
Yep.
You never expect a situation like we ran into to happen, but you should always be prepared.
No. So you asked, what was I thinking? And I honestly thought that I maybe had a burst appendix. I have never had this kind of unknown pain before, so I didn't know. I honestly didn't know if I was going to die. I didn't know if I was going to need surgery of some sort that would put an end to our summer adventure.
Yeah, and my first thought was that it was her appendix, and if it's rupturing, then it's critical to get that surgically fixed.
Yep.
Immediately. And here we are 45 minutes from town, so my first thought is we got to get to a hospital.
And to give Norm a lot of credit, he just had a really cool head. I was so taken up with dealing with my pain, I couldn't get myself dressed. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't brush my hair. I couldn't brush my teeth. I didn't care if I had my glasses. None of that made any difference to me, which is unusual.
Very unusual.
So, we can laugh about it now, but so that was very comforting to know that he was having a cool head.
Yeah, well, maybe she thought I was cool, but I was extremely worried. And like Kim said at the beginning, I thought I was going to die. I thought she was going to die. I've never seen anybody in such pain before and not know what is going on. So we got her loaded up in the truck and raced to Kalispell.
And
2-lane highway, and we were booking it. We're on a 2-lane highway, and I had to focus on the road because I was going a little fast. Speed limit is 70, and I'm not going to admit
90.
it, but I might have been going a little faster than that. But yeah, so we raced into town, found the hospital. Thanks to GPS, got us there quickly, and got her into the ER entrance. And
I have to say, the Kalispell ER hospital was phenomenal. They just did everything right. They got me right in. The doctor was great. The nurses were great. The techs were wonderful. They moved really quickly. I must have looked like you know what.
You did, and they did. So we got in there, and the doctor, doing his exam and pushing on her belly, quickly ruled out appendix.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, I'm pushing on you here. If it's your appendix, we would know it.
Hurt. Yeah.
We would know it.
But I didn't fit the parameters that usually are with a kidney stone. I didn't have any blood in my urine. I didn't fit a lot of those things.
All right, we're waiting on radiology for the CT scan results. We're hoping it's just, and use the word just lightly, but just
Was a kidney
kidney stone that maybe she was passing. So we'll find out.
Yeah. I had a kidney stone, I guess.
So how does this relate to RVing and you, and what we can learn from this? I think number one is to always have a presence of mind as to where the closest medical options are.
Right.
And then also gauge, based on the situation, what you think is appropriate. I mean, as I was programming up the GPS for medical locations, urgent care came up, and this came up, and that. Well, I knew urgent care wasn't what we needed. We needed an emergency room hospital, and so that's what I plugged into the GPS. But it's better to know beforehand than at the time of the emergency. I knew we needed to go to Kalispell. That was our closest town.
Right.
And I figured Kalispell would have a hospital. Gosh, this just taught me that we need to know.
We really need to know. We need to know what county we're in. We need to have emergency phone numbers. Even though we didn't have cell service, we could have taken that with us. Perhaps if we were even more off-grid, maybe we would have had to call a life flight or something if it was a heart attack, or, if Norm couldn't have been my ambulance driver.
Right. We could have driven to cell service and made a phone call for those types of emergency services, but we didn't think of those things either at the time.
Right.
What else can we learn from this example?
I feel like we did a lot of things right. Norm was just cool. Even though he maybe wasn't on the inside, he was on the outside. And, we moved fast.
Yes.
That was the other thing, was he made a decision very quickly that we needed help. And so he moved quickly.
We could have easily said, well, lay down, let's see how you feel.
There was no laying down.
Yeah, the pain was so severe, that just really wasn't an option. I knew that the only option was finding a hospital and making it there as fast as possible.
Yep. I don't know what else that's what we're asking you guys, is what other things, maybe there's some medical professionals out there who could give us some hints on what we should have done differently.
The option really was get to a hospital.
Right. So the good thing is we had gas in the truck, and Norm's pretty good about always keeping a certain amount. I don't think you ever let it go below a quarter of a tank.
No, I don't. So that's a good advice as well. If you're out away from a town, Keep fuel in your tank.
Yep. And he was really good. I was surprised we got to the hospital and he's so great. He had brought my glasses because I said, I don't care about my glasses. He brought my glasses. He brought a brush for me.
I knew she'd want a brush at some point.
He brought my purse that had my driver's license, and they wanted that information. He always carries, we both carry our insurance card, but he had that he could use. You know, we always have our credit cards and that with us. Honestly, I don't know what else we could have done.
I'm not sure. RV life is awesome and amazing. We love our full-time RV living right now, and you just need to be aware.
Yep.
You just need to be aware you're not at your sticks and bricks with the hospital, you know, for us,
just down the road,
5 minutes away from our home, and you need to be aware of your surroundings so that you can respond quickly if and when that critical situation arises. We hope it doesn't. But there were moments when both of us thought she might die.
Yeah, that was sad.
Tomorrow is never promised.
Tomorrow is never promised. But another thing that I want to thank all of you who responded. Norm put a comment in our community section.
Yep.
And there were so many of you who sent your prayers my way. And I truly believe that those prayers made a difference for me and in my recovery. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. So
much love.
So that's our short video. If you like this video, you're going to like this one over here that we picked out specially for you. And so click there and we'll meet you over there.
See you in the next video.